PEPFAR. Saving lives. Investing in people. PEPFAR, partnering for an AIDS-free generation.
The prevention of mother-to-child transmission, PMTCT, is by far the greatest success story to date in South Africa's fight against the HIV/AIDS epidemic.
I remember that most women who came to the clinic who were diagnosed with HIV and their children being diagnosed of HIV, there was nothing for them. All that we saw was women crying and losing their children and people dying all the time.
The overwhelming majority of HIV came from the mothers. It came in the womb, it came in that sort of bloody pool during delivery, and it came through breastfeeding. So it was to try and tackle those sites of transmission.
We started to first test and counsel. We couldn't do anything else at that time. There was no treatment, there were no prevention modalities. We started to work on strategies to stop mother-to-child transmission.
Early testing of ARVs started in the Western Cape in 1999. It was only in 2003 that these life-saving drugs became available legally and nationally. Although death was inevitable for the mothers, they were given the opportunity to save their babies.
When we finally started to be able to provide antiretrovirals to prevent mother-to-child transmission, that was a victory that came through court cases and lots of activism, but it started to change people's lives in a way that I think we didn't imagine at the time. When we started to roll out antiretroviral therapy, and we were one of the first places to do that in Soweto, and we started to see how these drugs changed people's lives, changed families' lives, changed communities' lives, and realized that we were going to have enough support through PEPFAR and through other donor money to roll this out.
For me, it's amazing that research had found out that if you're positive, you could test in time and access medication, and I received those medications and the counseling and the education on how to prevent mother-to-child transmission.
Very, very few women were testing for HIV. If you don't know you're HIV positive, why are you going to take anything to reduce transmission to your baby? So then we improved the diagnostics, and I mean, through the country now, our testing rates are in excess of 96%. Most women are testing for HIV in pregnancy.
We were able to stop vertical transmission with the use of antiretrovirals at key moments during a woman's own interaction with her virus. And I think that has again been really very important.
Nonyebo Jabari lives with her husband Jacob in Attridgeville, a township on the outskirts of Pretoria. Both Nonyebo and Jacob are living with HIV and have 3 healthy HIV-free children.
Ndayazi ukuthi ndine HIV ngefirst born yami ngo-2009, and then ndihambe treatment ndaqale ama-ARVs khona apho ndadla ithe ndombeleka ndafumana ukuthi un-negative ke ngoku ndarelaxe emoyeni.
I have a 7-year-old who's turning 8 this year, who's tested HIV negative, and I also have a 3-year-old that has tested negative. And you won't believe the relief I have, because today I know that when my kids are coughing, it's not because they have HIV. There could be other things like TB, but of course I'll go and consult, and I won't have sleepless nights thinking that my baby is going to die, which is what happened to my daughter Nomtunzi.
Ithe ndigqiba ukuba beleka bayinika ama-nevirapine abo ukuthi ndibaseze for 6 months. Ithe bayocheka futhi bafikele ukuthi be-negative banankinga.
The joy and pride that the kids are giving me is amazing, and to know that I can wake up every day and be given a chance to look after them, because I'm receiving ARVs that were funded by PEPFAR, and because the medication that PEPFAR gave saved my 2 children has even given me more strength to try other things like studying at university, but also working more with women all over the world.
I saw HIV explode in front of me, particularly in the pediatric wards. And in 10 years, with the rollout of interventions to prevent mother-to-child transmission, I came full circle and see a country and see a community that has managed to control HIV. And a spectacular achievement because of a bilateral agreement that revolutionized the care of children and helped put our infant mortality rate back onto a respectable level.
PEPFAR, partnering for an AIDS-free generation.